There are two things that I can never really keep track of. First is my wallet, and the second is a carpenter's pencil. On one job, my coworker drilled a hole in the pencil and attached it with a long elastic to my tool belt. This worked great until it got caught on the top of the ladder, and on my way down it snapped me in the face, and both the elastic and the pencil were never to be found again. Because of my constant losing of things, I was intrigued to read an article that popped up on my Facebook feed, providing 8 ways to find something that you've lost. First, double check the area that it usually is. Second, look in places where you have found it before. Third, look in the messiest place in your home or vehicle. Fourth, look under and around the largest objects in a room. Fifth, check the lost and found. Sixth, think about the last place that you remember having or using the object. 7, try entering and looking at the room from a different angle. And 8, ask for help. I think we could have just jumped to the last one. It's really the only successful one in my experience. My wife can literally find anything. There's a sense of panic when we've lost something that's precious to us, and it drives us to pursue it relentlessly. I share this illustration to get us thinking of what it is to pursue something. You see, pursuing is something different than just merely keeping an eye out for it. It is chasing after something or someone with the goal of finally laying hands on it again. In Matthew's account of the birth of Jesus, we're told that after Jesus was born, wise men from the east came to Jerusalem and asked, "Where is he who is born the King of the Jews? We saw his star when it rose and have come to worship him." They were in pursuit. We're not told a huge amount about these wise men. We don't know how many there were, what they wore, what language they spoke, or what color of skin they had, whether they were kings, or even what country they were from. But this isn't really important. If it were, the Bible would have told us. But what do we know? Well, first, that they were wise men. These were rare both then as they are in our present day. Second, that they had come to the conviction that a king had been born, that the king was Jewish, and that the king was to be worshipped. These wise men were part of a group of individuals who studied the movement of stars, science, the observable universe, mathematics, sociology, common practices of powerful kings, religion, literature, and historical records from their own country and others. With all of this gathered information, they made decisions and deductions and gave advice. They were not simply astrologers who had some hokey superstitions. These men informed kings and nations on what was the wisest thing to do in a variety of circumstances with the information presented. We also know that these men were sincere, genuinely trying to figure things out. We see their sincerity because they had made the decision to drop everything and journey close to 800 miles to get to Jerusalem. Imagine explaining that to your wife. "Hey honey, me and the boys are going to be gone for a couple months, just got to try to figure out what the star thing's all about." Whether it was cosmic phenomena, dreams, visions, historical records, oral traditions, or biblical writings, whatever it was, the knowledge that they had compiled had led them there. They simply needed to follow what all the evidence was pointing to. A prophet from centuries before spoke of a king who would come, saying, "A star will come out of Jacob," Numbers 24:14-17. And Daniel, who himself was one of these wise men centuries before, spoke of a kingdom that would be coming that would overshadow all other kingdoms, and this kingdom would be for all people. The same passage in Numbers tells us that those who see clearly, those who listen carefully, those who gain knowledge from God, and those who are humble will see this star. So what did these wise men discover? First, that they were in the wrong place. Their own deductions were not quite enough. They needed specific biblical insight, which they received from the religious leaders in Jerusalem. These men told them exactly where the baby would be born, in Bethlehem. You see, whatever extraordinary uses God might employ to get your attention, whether it be dreams or visions or nature or whatever it is, He draws us to meet Him through the Bible. There's no way to God except through Jesus, and Jesus is revealed to us in the pages of Scripture, so pursue Him there. Second, they learned that the people who should have cared the most about this coming king actually cared for entirely the wrong reason. The religious professionals of the day were completely disinterested in worshiping this king. They wanted to kill him. I wonder if the wise men ever asked one another, I wonder why none of them came with us. Third, Worship was the only appropriate response to finding Jesus. They were excited in the pursuit of him. They were humbled when they found him, as they fell down and worshiped him when they came into the room. And having given all their treasures, they left being with Jesus far richer than when they came. Jeremiah 29 tells us, "You will seek me and you will find me when you seek me with your whole heart." I pray that if you are pursuing Jesus, that you will find him this Christmas. And when you find him, that you will worship him. And that you will find in Jesus what you are actually pursuing. Have a Merry Christmas.